again, coming at you with another vlog. I spent the week coming up with all my secondary characters and naming things in the city that this story is going to take place. You know, I had to come up with the coffee shop that Star works at. She works at a coffee shop slash bakery. She's a baker. And then I had to come up with the craft store that Rossi works at. I've just kind of been doing, I guess, world building this week. I have one last thing I need to name. Then I'm ready to start writing. So that is what this vlog is for. This is the starting possibly maybe vlog, and I'm very excited about that. So it is Saturday, March 12th, and it is about 10:15. My boyfriend is not home right now. He and a friend, they actually have a YouTube channel. They do like a podcast. They talk about like paranormal stuff and cryptids, and they also have a video on their channel, like an urban exploration. And so they went out to do another urban exploration today, which not the best day for it because it is starting to snow. It was like 70 degrees last Saturday, and now it's snowing. So I'm home alone, and it's time to get to work on possibly maybe, and I'm very excited. I did want to finish my chapter. I am currently reading Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo, the sequel to Six of Crows, for, you know, if you don't know, and I highly recommend this duology. It is so good, and I thought I wouldn't like it because I really liked the Shadow and Bone trilogy, but I gotta say, I think Six of Crows, I think I enjoy it even more than that trilogy. I love it so much. My Kindle app says that I'm like 66% of the way through the book, and I don't want it to end, but I want to know how it ends. So yeah, I'm kind of taking my time reading it, but I'm loving it. I'm loving it so much. My favorite character is Inej, and I also love Kaz and Nina. But I mean, how could you not like Jesper and Wylan? So yeah, it's just good. I really recommend this duology. So the only thing I have to name today is there's a gay club in my story, which is where Star and Rossi meet, and then they find out, like, Star finds out that she actually went to school with Rossi. Rossi just had a major glow up since then, but they meet at this club that Star's best friend kind of talks her into going to, which is very, very far out of Star's comfort zone. But the club kind of plays an important role because, like I said, it's where they meet. So I need to come up with a cool name for this club. I want it to be something that's like memorable, but not like in your face gay. Because, I mean, if you look at, you know, LGBT clubs out there, they're not called like the Rainbow Lounge, you know, like that's something that like a straight person would name something. I've been racking my brain and I have come up with nothing, because I'm pretty sure, at least there used to be a club when I was younger. I never went because I was in high school and it was like a 21 and over club. Pretty sure it was called like the Hippo, maybe the Hippo Lounge, but I just thought that was such a cool name because nothing about the Hippo says gay, you know, nothing about it is in your face like, I don't know, gay people meet here, and I just thought it was really cool. But obviously I can't call my club the Hippo, like, and I can't just co-opt it and say my club is called the Zebra or something. So that is what I'm going to do right now, is I have to try and figure out what this club is going to be called, or at least give it a placeholder name, and then I'm going to start chapter 1, and I'm so excited! Okay, so I don't really want to share the name that I came up with because it took me way too long, and I don't even really like it that much, but it'll probably just be a placeholder because I just don't want to sit here coming up with a great name, and maybe something will kind of jump out at me while I'm writing the club scene. So that took me longer than I would have liked. It is 10:51 now. God, Jesus. Now I'm getting nervous. Now I'm getting all intimidated and nervous about starting this dang story. And I went to town on my lip. My anxiety, I guess. I know there's like conditions. I have just a habit with picking, and unfortunately my lips are the major victim. And also my fingertips, but I'm getting better at those, so my lips are suffering more because I'm being very vigilant about not picking my fingertips. So yeah, that looks pretty bad, but it's not bleeding anymore, so we're good. Also, isn't this thing cool? This is the friggin' Bluetooth speaker that I was talking about. People, there's a community that make little like pixelated art that you can then display on your little screen. But yeah, it's a really good speaker too. It should be. I spent a lot of money on it. But I'll link it down below if anyone is looking for a Bluetooth speaker. The volume's pretty good and the bass is really good. Definitely happy with that purchase. There's a lot more you can do with it. I'm still trying to learn it all, but I had to show it off because that was exactly what I wanted. In that spot on that shelf, I splurged and got it for myself. I did also order a ring light that it was supposed to come with that thing. Didn't. Now it doesn't even have a date. It just says, on the way, but running late. So, yeah, I don't have my ring light yet. That's unfortunate. But yeah, so I'm about to start chapter 1 of Possibly Maybe. So, this is the introduction chapter of the 27 chapter method by Katie Tastic. It's a conversation between Star and Emma, her best friend, and this is where Emma somehow convinces her to go to this gay club on the weekend with her, and Star is going to be very reluctant, but she is going to agree because I need her to agree or the story doesn't happen. So yeah, I'm very excited. This is gonna be great. I only got 207 words written. It's the beginning, and the beginning is always daunting for me. I always struggle with the beginning. I really need my ring light. But anyway, so I'm gonna take just a wee break to eat a little bit and maybe watch a YouTube video, and then I'm gonna go back to writing because I feel like I have found Emma's voice very easily in this brief 200-word couple of paragraphs, but I still have to find Star's voice because she's the main character, so it's way more important that I find her voice. So I took a little longer to eat. It is 12:09. I'm done. I'm full. It was delicious. So I am jumping right back into writing. My 207 words that I had started with, I actually went back and deleted one, so we're at 206 words. But I'm excited, and so I'm going to set a timer for myself. I'm not going to do like a Pomodoro method or anything. I'm just going to set a timer, do like a 20-minute sprint, and I will let you all know how it goes. Now I'm at 752 words, so in 20 minutes I really only got around 500 something. So that's not encouraging, but I do feel like I do typically kind of take pride in word count, and I'm trying to get over that because at the end of the day, what good is a lot of words if they're words that I'm not happy with? I know a lot of writers who don't like NaNoWriMo because they think that it is prioritizing quantity of words over quality. A lot of like NaNoWriMo critics will talk about how the whole point is to just get as many words as possible, and it can kind of leave writers in a bad mental space when it comes to drafting because they're more focused on output versus telling the story. And I'm not going to say that I'm a critic of NaNoWriMo because I absolutely love it and I participate every year, and I have since 2004. So, you know, that's not me saying I hate NaNoWriMo, but I will say that I definitely have noticed within the past few years that I tend to hyper focus on my word count and pat myself on the back for reaching milestones, but then it's like I go back and the story isn't good, or there's so much I have to change, or, you know, I have gone down a rabbit hole in my story that doesn't need to exist just because I was chasing the word count high, basically. So I don't want to focus on word count so much, and I just want to focus on how I'm feeling as I write the story. So, how am I feeling at this point in the chapter? Not bad, I guess. I'm also trying to stop info dumping and just explaining everything versus letting it naturally show. For example, this first chapter takes place at the coffee shop slash bakery that Star works at, and I feel like normally I would have already by now worked in a, oh, Star, you know, is off the clock, Star doesn't work at this time. Something in the narrative to say that, to really kind of grab the reader and say, hey, Star works here. But At this point, so far all I've done is have it mentioned in dialogue. For example, so Star is basically telling Emma about this failed date that she had. She met a girl online and they met up at this coffee shop and it went terribly. And Star asks her, do you think it's a bad idea that I had her meet me here? Her and Emma go back and forth, and then Emma says, besides, you wouldn't get an employee discount anywhere else. So it's like, it's there that Star is an employee at this coffee shop, but it's not in your face. So I'm trying to rein in how much explaining and expositing that I do, and I'm not used to it. Being a writer is kind of hard because I assume it goes for all arts basically, like whether you're like a writer or you like to draw or paint or even write music, it's like you're always learning. There is never going to be a point where you reach the top of the ladder and you just, you know, you're as good as you can ever be, like, you know, done. You are always learning, and it's kind of, I don't want to say unsettling, but it's kind of weird, and it makes it hard because whenever I am trying something new, or whenever I do something that I've never done before that I think makes the story better, it's like, oh shit, what have I been doing all of this time until now? So it's weird. But yeah, so I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty freaking good about where I'm at and how I'm weaving things into the story. Now I have to describe a very bad, very awkward date without Star feeling too sorry for herself, because, you know, Star does have all of these insecurities and stuff, but in my zero draft, like before I reworked this story, I just made Star very pathetic, and she was always just having a pity party, and I think I was unloading a lot of personal trauma into that first version of Star. It was like me ranting about fat phobia in society. It was me lamenting kind of your loss of childhood and missing out on things because all you can think about is how fat and ugly you are, basically. So I think the first version of Star was just me getting everything off of my chest, and this time around I just don't want her to be constantly being a downer. Like, she has a personality, she is a person all on her own, and her trauma and her insecurities, that's just a layer. So that's what I have to work on, is making Star likable and not pathetic, but also scarred. So that's what I'm working on. Cat. Cat, cat, cat. So, I have finished chapter 1. I'm so excited. Word count, like I said, is not important. I'm trying to not focus on word count so much, but for those curious and, you know, for my own record keeping, this chapter ended up being 1,988 words. One more word and it would have been the year I was born. I think I'm building up Star the way that I like. I think I'm doing a decent job. Also, sorry if you can hear my space heater. It's cold today. Like I said, it's just that line that I have to walk between self-pity and self-degradation and actually, like, a likable character that you want to root for. I'm excited, honestly. So chapter 2 will be the inciting incident, and let me see. She doesn't meet Rossi just yet, but in chapter 3 is where Rossi comes into play. So chapter 2 is going to be fun. It's all going to be fun. I'm really excited. But I'm going to take a break now. It's 1:51. My boyfriend has texted me to let me know they're on their way back. I think I want to read another chapter of Crooked Kingdom, and I wanted more coffee, but I'm drinking water instead because I know I need it. And yeah, so I'm going to take a break from writing. I'm going to read a chapter, and I will update tomorrow. So it is Sunday, the 13th and it is like 1:30 in the afternoon. I'm feeling rough today. I didn't really do anything last night. I was reading and I was playing this app game on my iPad, and it was just a night where I was challenging myself to stay up as late as possible because I normally go to bed around like 7:30 because I wake up at 3 in the morning. So on the weekends I sometimes try to just stay up super late. So I was up until like 12:30, 1 a.m. and then I woke up, and of course daylight savings time, which is so stupid, but so I woke up at what felt like 6 but was actually 7 because of the spring forward. So that's fun. But in good news, I did finish Crooked Kingdom and it was so amazing, and I'm just sad now that it's over because I could easily deal with like another 100 chapters about Kaz and Inej. Their endings for me felt really open. You know, I'm not going to give any spoilers. I feel like I didn't necessarily get what I wanted out of the ending. I still 100% loved it. 5 out of 5. This duology is my favorite, like, duology ever. I'm so sad it's over and that I have said goodbye. Although I did read a little bit about King of Scars and I know they show up in it, but I started to get into spoiler territory, so I dipped out. So I finished that last night. I would have cried if I hadn't been in the same room as my boyfriend while he was playing a video game, but I held it together so he didn't see me cry. Not that he would have made fun of me or anything, I just didn't want to do it. So I didn't do any writing yesterday. I should have known that I wasn't going to. I have not written at all today, and that's what I am here to do with my iced coffee. That's good. My iced coffee is not consistent and it drives me crazy. Like, that is a really good cup of iced coffee, but sometimes I just get an okay cup. That is a really good cup. I gotta write down my measurements. Oh yeah, and news on the ring light situation. I got an email this morning from Amazon and they said that the package was most likely lost and that I should request a refund. So yeah, I got a refund and I have ordered a different ring light that should be here tomorrow, and we shall see. So yeah, we are starting on chapter 2 of possibly maybe. So this is the inciting incident. Star has been convinced by her best friend to go to the gay club with her, and it is eventually going to lead up to Star meeting Rossi. I'm not going to ramble too much because I did edit the footage from yesterday and it was already pretty long, so I'm going to try and keep this day's footage short and to the point. Like I said, I'm not like really harping on word count, but just for posterity. I wrote almost 2,000 words today. It is 2:42, and I think I'm gonna just take a break, but the kind of break that I don't plan on filming anymore afterwards. So I might keep writing just so I can get farther along in this scene, but I'm gonna stop filming for now because it's getting late and I'm getting hungry and I still have to edit this footage and combine it with yesterday's footage, so I'm still having fun. I think things will get much better once Rossi is actually introduced and I'll have a lot more fun. This is more just kind of world building and showing the relationship that Star has with her coworkers, and then it'll turn into the relationship that Star has with her family members, and then it'll be her and Emma going to this club. So it's little scenes, and again, I'm still trying to keep these scenes condensed and not as expository? Is that the right word? Not as word heavy and explanation heavy, just shorter, sweeter. You know, brevity is the soul of wit. I'm not spelling things out for the reader. But like I said, I'm getting hungry and it's getting late, so I'm ending this vlog here. So yeah, this was just a little start this new story with me vlog, and I'm still pretty excited. That is that. I feel like I had a really productive weekend. I got to start this story and I am still feeling excited about it. I'm not feeling like I wasted all my time planning it. I'm not feeling like it's not the right story for me. I'm still feeling really good about it. This upcoming week, I'm not going to push myself too hard. You know, like my goal used to be to get 1,000 words a day. There are a lot of days when I get home from work and I just don't have the time or the energy or just the creative juice, you know? So I don't do anything productive like that. So I'm not going to pressure myself, but if I do any writing, I will try to at least film B-roll so I can make a weekly vlog at the end of the week. And I will let y'all know how my writing is going in my next vlog. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Sorry again about the lighting. And yeah, so like, comment, and subscribe down below, all that fun stuff. And whatever my next video is, whenever my next video is, I will see y'all then. Thank you.